Okay, let's do 3 Ohms and Sahanavatu and Guru Stotram. Sahanavavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhidamastu Mavid Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Stotram. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darsitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurureva Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Stavaram Jangamam Vyaptam Yatim Chissacharacharam Tatpadam Darsitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darsitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Sarvam Amadeva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. Hari Om. So we are doing the chapter 4 of Panchadasi, which is Dvaita Viveka. There is discrimination of two Dvaitas, two dualities. One is Ishvara Srishti and a Jiva Srishti. So we are doing the sloka 32 now. Anvaya Vyatirekabhyam Dhimayo Jiva Bandhakrutu Satyasmin Sukha Dukkhe Staha Tasmin Nasati Nadvayam together. Anvaya Vyatirekabhyam Dhimayo Jiva Bandhakrutu Satyasmin Sukha Dukkhe Staha Tasmin Nasati Nadvayam. So Anvaya Vyatireka Abhyam. So here logically he is using Anvaya Vyatireka is we analyzed before. Anvaya means if one is, the other is. If one is not, the other is not. Anvaya is one is, the other is. And if one is not, the other is not. Anvaya means one is, the other is. Both are have to be co-present. And if they are both to be absent, Vyatireka. But most of the time either Anvaya works or Vyatireka doesn't work. So gold and a ring. So ring is, the gold is. Wherever ring is, because it's made of gold, gold is. But ring is not, gold still is. Vyatireka doesn't work. So by using the Anvaya Vyatireka logic, we can say gold is much more permanent than the ring. So gold is the Upadana Karana, the material cause, and ring is only in form of gold there. So that's how one can differentiate the two things that are coexisting together, and I can differentiate using Anvaya Vyatireka logic, which is more real and which is not, which is only temporarily real. So here he is using that logic. So Anvaya Vyatireka Dhimaya Jiva Bandha Krutu. So Dhimaya means the one that is the thought by creation of the Jiva. So thought of an object by the Jiva, that is which is Jiva created. So Jiva Bandha Krutaha, it is the cause for bondage. How do you say so? So whenever I have a thought process going on, I am getting bound. So I'm having a problems with what? If there are no thoughts, then I have no problem. So what is that happens? When it happens, when there are no thoughts. That when I don't have thoughts, when I don't have thoughts is when I am in the deep sleep state, I am without any thoughts. I am happy. So any Dvaita is not there, both Jiva Srishti is not there, Ishvara Srishti is not there from my point. But therefore, the Dvitiyadhyam Dham Bhavati. So whenever there is a second one, there is always a causing a problem. Second one is known only because there is a thought about second one. So therefore, wherever these two are there, therefore problem is there. When they are not there, there is no problem. Therefore, this is a problem. We conclude. So Satyasmin Sukha-dukkeshu. So not only the problem is not only it's not there or here, the point is Satyasmin, Asmin Satyam, means taking the reality of what I see is a problem here. Not only the Ishvara Srishti is there, and when I am forming a thought, there is a Jiva Srishti of the Ishvara Srishti, and when I superimpose of that my qualities and all that, therefore the value system for that thought is there, and all that is, I am taking that as a real, therefore I am having a projection on top of it, my own likes and dislikes. If it is not real, if it is only a paper tiger, then I have no fear at all. It's a paper tiger only. But if I think that it's a real tiger, then I have a real problem. Right? That's the problem. So Satyasmin Sukha Dukkeshu. Sukham, Dukkham, depending upon my value. If I like it, it is Sukham. If I don't like it, it is Dukkham. Likes and dislikes depending upon how it happened in my past. Whenever there I'm happy and I recollect, hey, it was always a good thing, like cup of hot cup of coffee. One cup is okay, happiness. So, Sukham. With the 10th cup, then it becomes Dukkam. So, Sukham Dukkam is Satyasmin Sukha Dukkestu. So, Tasmin na sati na dvayam. So, na dvayam, when there is no duality at all, so then there is no Sukham Dukkam also. So, therefore, what causes a samsara? This projection of duality and projection of the reality to the reality that I project is a problem. And that comes because of using the Anvaya Vyatireka logic. So next sloka is a little bit confusing, next two slokas. So you have to, what he says and we have to interpret properly. Let's read the sloka 33. Asatyapi cha bhakyarthe asatyapi cha bhakyarthe swapnado bhajyate naraha swapnado bhajyate naraha samadhi supti murchastu tamabdi supta murchasu satyapyasmin bhajyate satyapyasmin bhajyate. Together. Asatyapi cha bhakyarthe swapnado bhajyate naraha samadhi supti murchasu satyapyasmin bhajyate. Swapnado, so in the dream, bhakyartha asati api, so even when I am in the dream, if you look at the word meaning here, Bahyartha asat api, although the external objects are not really there, what I am perceiving is only internal objects in my swapnam. So Naraha, human being, Bhajyate, is affected by this because there is an internal projection of a Dvaita, a Jiva Srishti is there. So when there is a Jiva Srishti, is causing a problem. So the theory is Jiva Srishti is the problem. Ishvara Srishti is not the problem here, because Ishvara Srishti is not being perceived right now in the dream state, and what I am perceiving is only Jiva Srishti, and still I am having a Sukham and Dukkham in my dream. So therefore cause for the creation is the Jiva Srishti, Jiva Dvaitam. Samadhi, Supti, Murcha. So in the Samadhi is in the Yoga Samadhi, when there is no thoughts, absence of thoughts in the Samadhi, it's called by the yoga process. So Supti is in the deep sleep state. Murcha, so when there is a Murcha, is the mind in unconscious state. Satyapyasmin bhajyate. Satya apyasmin bhajyate. So even though world is real, so this is where the problem comes here. So even though the world of plurality, Ishvara Srishti is still there, that nabhajyate, there is no bondage. Why? There is no Jiva Srishti involved. Even though Ishvara Srishti is there. So Jiva Srishti is there even in the dream state, or one can say Jiva Srishti is not there. Either way, whether it is there or not, it is not causing a problem in the case of in this Sushupti, but there is a Jiva Srishti is there in the dream state, therefore it is causing a problem. So what is the problem? What is the whole point is, it is the Jiva Srishti that causes a problem. Sukham, Dukkham, all samsara is due to Jiva Srishti, not Ishvara Srishti. That's how we have to understand this sloka here. So it is our attachment to the Jiva Srishti that is what is causing a problem. Now let's ask question: does Jnani dream? Does Jnani is going to dream? So he doesn't. He sees the Ishvara Srishti as a Jiva Srishti only. He does not have the plus minus the Sukham Dukkham. So when the Jnani dreams, he dreams Ishvara Srishti only as a part of his Jiva Srishti, without his attachments and all that problem also. So he still sees the gurus and sishyas and all that problem and all that may go on, but it's for him it is not a bondage itself. So one has to be careful. So ultimately what causes the problem, it is superimposition of my attachments on the Ishvara Srishti is the problem. That is what is essentially Jiva Srishti is. So here now he is giving another example how internal perception of what the Ishvara Srishti, one can make a lot of difference. And here is an example. Dura desham gato putre, Dura desham gato putre, Jivachevatra taptita, Jivachevatra taptita, tatpita, okay. Vipralambaka vakyena, Brutam matva paroditi, Matva paroditi, together. Praroditi. Yeah, praroditi, yeah. Okay. Oh, paroditi, I said. Praroditi, yes. Dura desam gato putre, Jivachevatra taptida, Vipralambaka vakyena, Brutam matva praroditi. So prakarshena roditi. So dura desam gate putraha. So nowadays people are going far away, the sun. So sun has gone far away for dura desam, so a distant place. And jivati eva, although he is still alive, somebody gave a wrong news to the father. Atra, in his house, wherever he is, he is alive and enjoying whatever life he has. Vipralambaka tatpita, his father somewhere who is, and Vipralambaka vakyena, because of the word of somebody whom he believes, and the wrong word, because he says, that fellow says your son has gone, he's not alive anymore. So Ishvara Srishti, according to Ishvara Srishti, the boy is still there. But in this mind of this father, he heard the news that the son is not alive. So it may be, he may have some accident there in the Bhukampam or some this one, and he may be still alive and say, oh, a lot of people died and everybody in the town died, and this fellow may be in the town. He got the news like that, and father is worried and crying all over. So mrutam matva praroditi, mrutam matva, thinking of the news, thinking that he is dead, he is crying all over. Even though true Ishvara Srishti is there, Jiva Srishti has created the problem. So that's how Jiva Srishti is a real problem. This is the problem of Jiva Srishti is only for Arjuna, right? Even before he is killed itself, he is already crying, right? So what is a wise man is Gatasu Nagatasu cha Anusochanti. He doesn't cry whether people are dying or not praying, because this is part of the life drama. Because he really doesn't die. What he dies is only the body dies away. So that's what is a Pandita, the one who knows that a Jiva is eternal, and therefore he doesn't cry. So there is our opposite also here. Brute pitasmin vartayam, brute pitasmin vartayam, asrutayam naroditi, asrutayam naroditi, atas sarvasya jivasya, bandhakrut manasam jagat, together. Bruto pitasmin vartayam, asrutayam naroditi, atas sarvasya jivasya, bandhakrut manasam jagat. So opposite case here. Mrutaha api tasmin vartayam asrutayam narodati. So even though the boy is really dead from a far off distance, because that news has not come to the father, and father is celebrating, they say, my son is enjoying there, and we are having a function here, or his birthday or some function, that memory of that. So he is having a celebration of that, and the guy is already not there. So not knowing the news of the death of the son, ataha, so asrutayam, now he doesn't cry, he's enjoying, in fact, celebrating the birth's memory and all that. Ataha sarvasya ji. Therefore, what does this prove? It proves it is always not the facts, real facts, but what one hears and projects by the mind as a fact is the one that really poses the problem. Ataha sarvasya jivasya. This is true for all over. Apparently there was a case where two friends, and both friends have gone, and one friend died. And the wrong news is the information, the wrong parent came to know that your son died. His son is alive. And other parent is consoling him, and this fellow is crying. But when the news came, it's actually other son who is crying. So it ulta sida afterwards. So other has to console, and this man is happy that my son is alive. So all things can change because of the way one projects all that. Ataha sarvasya jivasya bandhakrut manasam jagat. So manasam jagat, the world created by the human being is the real problem. Word itself is not a problem. So duality or the plurality is Ishvara Srishti doesn't cause a problem. But my projection of the plurality as I see it, that causes a problem. All that our value system is because all ownership and everything is nothing but my own projection of it. How do I know? I came without anything in this world, and I said, this is my house, this is mine and all that. And I had to leave everything and go. Nothing really belongs to me. So what should I do? Doesn't mean that I should distribute whatever I have. I have to take it as a trustee. Lord has given me a trust for me to take care of certain things, and I am alive. So take care of wife, take care of the children as a part of my trust, and leave it to his account. Lord, I took care of whatever I could within my limitations. So if he has not given enough money, what should I take? That's his problem, not your problem. So I should have that worry also. Let him worry for not giving enough money to take care of his property. So that will be the real what will be. Then life becomes a sport. Now, here is what I am seeing. I am seeing the world. So, what I am seeing is my projection of the world. Say, that's what Vijnanavada says. Whatever you see is because what you are projecting. So, is there a real Ishvara Srishti there? Is there a real Ishvara Srishti? So, according to Vijnanavada is one of the 4 branches of the Buddhism. For them, the world is as you project. So, therefore, at least that's what Advaita Vedanta interprets Vijnanavada. Okay? There's got idealism theory also. So, what I see in my mind is what is there. Not what is there, what I see. What I see is what is there. So, depending upon what I see, the world is. So, my mind is projecting the world also. So, that's called. So, what you are saying is mind is projecting. Therefore, this is this as Vijnanavada. Says no, that's not what Vijnanavada says. So, he's now countering the Vijnanavadins. It's not, Advaita is not same as Vijnanavada. I had this argument with there is one SMS Chari, Srinivasachari. He has written a lot of books on Visishta Advaita. If you go to Google, you will see. He stayed with me for 10 days. We had a talk series. So he taught me the Sri Bhashya. Sri Bhashya is Ramanuja's interpretation of the Brahma Sutras. He was teaching me. So he says, oh, your arguments are Vijnanavada. So it's not a Vijnanavada. So here is because a lot of even the Madhvas, they criticize that yours is all Buddhism, Prachanda.
This is also true of the Judaism, Christianity and Islam, because to them the external world is real.
Yeah. For us also real enough, Ishvara Srishti is real.
Transaction is real, so we get a different perspective.
Yeah, we'll say we are reality, we have ontological scale we have.
Correct, exactly.
That's what has to be understood.
Right, that's what is going to be.
Yeah, so that's what we'll say. Okay, anyway, let's see. Vijnanavado Bhakyartha Vijnanavado Bhakyartha Vaiyarthya Syadi Heti Chet Vaiyarthyat Syadi Heti Che Nahrujya Karamadhatum Bahyasya Pekshitat Tattvataha Bahyasya Pekshitat Tattvataha. Together. Vijnanavado Bhakyartha Vaiyarthyat Syadi Heti Che Nahrujya Karamadhatum Bahyasya Pekshitattvataha. So Vijnanavadaha. So Vijnanavada of the Buddhism. Bhakyartha Vaiyarthat. Bhahyartha means objects outside is Vaiyarthat is only existence is established by you only. Have no independent existence for the objects outside. Yeah, this line of thinking, Syat iti chet. In case if you think that we are also thinking in the same way, it's not true. Okay? So the first 2 lines is taking the Vijnanavada and say if you argue that we are also arguing in the same way as the Vijnanavada, because when I say I am projecting the world as a thought in my mind, so therefore it is mental projection of the world in my thought, therefore it is only what I see is what is there. So I see it, therefore it is. Other one is, it is, therefore I see. So there are 2 different things. So I see it, therefore it is just a Vijnanavada. So na hrudi akaram adhatum bhahyasya apekshitatvataha. So it's not so. It's not so. So hrudi means here in the mind. Akaram, the form that is formed. Adhatum, to have the particular form to form in the mind. So it has to have attributes and all that. There has to be real object out there. So mind doesn't create an object and then see the object. Follow the point? Mind doesn't create a chair and then I am seeing a chair. Chair has to be there for me to see. So there has to be a form independent of the existence of the mind for me to see. And that is Ishvara Srishti. So Bhahyasya Apekshitatvataha. So external is Apekshitam. It is expected to be there for me to see. And therefore it is not like a Vijnanavada. I am not creating object and then perceiving the object. There is an object for me to create, but that is the external perceptions. But internal perceptions is, I already have that in the thought. Internal perceptions, imaginations, that I am projecting as in my mind. But that internal perception came into picture by only external perception also. So all that has to be understood. So it's not a Vijnanavad in time. That's one objection taken. Now another objection is in terms of pramana. Pramana is, you say everything is only, utility is based on what you say. Hey, I like it, I don't like it, I need it, and all that is based on the individual projection. And that means the outside world, what you are seeing is not really useful. Utility depends upon how you perceive it. So is this object, is it useful? So it's not useful. That's why there are a lot of garage sales, and there is no, for them it is useless, for other people it is useful. So it really depends upon individual perception. So if that is the case, so outside has really no utility at all. So according to Mimamsa, now we have to worry about the Mimamsa. What is their pramana? Pramana definition is same as, close to same as Advaita also says, Anadigata, Abadita, Artha Vishayakam, Pramanam. That is Advaita. But they also have one more word. Anadigata, Abadita, so Prayojaka, Nyayatvam Pramanam. Means it has to have Prayojanam. Prayojanam means it has to be, utility has to be there. So according to you it is useless by itself. I am making it useless depending upon my vasanas. Otherwise its object is useless to me. It doesn't matter. Alignment is useless, I don't care. Means it's not useful for me. Only when I have value for it I am taking it useful. So it's not useless. So therefore there cannot be real perception also. Because his definition is like that. His definition is based on the utility. He says that's your definition, not my definition. Therefore, don't give your definition and say the world is not there because the pramana doesn't operate. Because by him, pramana means means of knowledge. So I cannot see the world because it has no utility according to you. So here, that is the argument is being rejected. So you have to understand that. Then sloka becomes clear. Vaiyartyamastu va bhakyam Vaiyartamastu va bhakyam Navara itu mishmahe Navara itu mishmahe Prayojanam apechante Prayojanam apechante Namana nitihi sthitihi Namana nitihi sthitihi. Together. Vaiyartyamastu va bhakyam Navara itu mismahe Prayojanam apechante Namana nitihi sthitihi. So va means or, Vaiyartham, the outer object is not really important if you say, astu, let that be, bhakyam, varaitum, to deny that utility of that object, na ismahe is not valid statement, because according to the statement of the Mimamsaka, I can deny the very existence of object because the pramana is not operating, because there is no utility as per your analysis. Then you can say prayojanam is not a basis for pramana. So prayojanam apechante namana mana pramana iti sthitihi. So prayojanam is the purpose or utility of an object, is not a basis for perceptual reality of the object. I can see the object whether it's useful or not. A lot of things are useless. We call you a useless fellow because we are perceiving him, because he is useless for me, but still we see him. So lot of things in the world are useless, but we perceive, and that is also is essential. Prayojanam is not a criteria for pramana to operate. So this is what a technical objection is being removed, because the Mimamsaka position is that. Even Ramanuja also says the utility is the one of the, in the definition of pramana, yes, the utility is also involved. Because they keep, most of the darshanikas use Mimamsa position as part of their darshana. Darshana means?
The very existence of the philosophy.
Yeah. Some utility we don't know the right now utility. Some may become useful, who knows. So everything we can learn from everything. How can you learn? So what does mosquito teach? So how to be persistent. In spite of. Then I asked, he thought about it. What is devil useful? So how to be consistent. So one can learn from everything also, because it's useful. Okay. So if the, now the next objection is this fellow is from a yoga guy, says if the mental projection is the problem, then stop mental projection. Keep the mind stop. How? By yoga. Why do you need Panchadasi class? All you need is yoga class and how to breathe and all that, pranayama, niyama, all those things you need. So try to get into develop of how to control your mind. Chitta vritti nirodha. That's what is the definition of yoga. So stop the mind working. Nirvikalpa samadhi. So all you need is go to samadhi. So you don't need all this Bhagavad Gita and all this teaching. So that is the objection by the yoga guy. So bandhaschain manasam dvaitam, bandhaschain manasam dvaitam, tan nirodhena samyati, tan nirodhena samyati, abhyase yogamevato, abhyase yogamevato, brahmajnanena kimbada, brahmajnanena kimbada. Together, bandhaschain manasam dvaitam, tan nirodhena samyati, abhyase yogamevato, brahmajnanena kimbadi. So bandhaschain manasam dvaitam, the mental projection of the dvaita, the jiva projection of the duality is bandha, is the bondage. In case if you say that is the case, then nirodhena shamati. So shamati means it's removed by nirodhena, by stopping this mental projection. You can stop this problem. Samsara can be stopped by nirodha, by having mind completely absorbed without having any thinking. Have a mind without any thinking. At least go to sleep. You don't have any thoughts, so there is no problem. Everybody is happy to sleep. So also you can control by yoga practice. So abhyaset yogamaveva. So yoga eva abhyaset. Therefore, by yoga abhyasa only, by practice of yoga, Patanjali yoga here. So nirodha, you can control, this mind can be controlled. Therefore, there is no duality projected because you have no thoughts. Because objects is thrown via vritti only. There is no vritti, no thoughts, no world. So therefore, go to a meditative state where there is no world. A lot of people think that no mind, and that is the realization. So conquer the mind. You say, oh, go beyond the mind. It's not the mind, it's not the thought, it is the thought. Thinking that the thought is a problem becomes a problem also because you are giving a reality to the thought. By saying that thought is a problem, you are giving a reality. What Advaita Vedanta says, thought itself is not really real, it's only apparently real. That has to be understood. So once you understand, thought will not bother you. Hey, this is not really tiger, it appears to be tiger, it's only paper tiger. So I understood. Paper tiger is not a problem. So don't close your eyes. Say, there's a paper tiger, if you're afraid of it, so don't have the thought. Say, then I'm giving reality to the paper tiger as a real tiger. So it's only a apparent thing. So here it says Brahmajnana kimbada. Why do you need Brahmajnanam and all that? Why do you need Srotavyaha, Mantavyaha, Nididhyasitavya, all those study of scriptures and so many Upanishads and Bhashyas and all that, so much confusion. All you need is go to yoga class. They will teach you how to control the yoga, and the end of the story. So of course, good solution. So a lot of people go into yoga state, and a lot of people, even Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, he went to yoga state for many years, and then he didn't know even the ants were eating him away, flesh and all that. So all you need is control your mind, control your thoughts, and be in that state. So 39 answers that question. तात्कालिकद्वैत शान्तौ अप्यागामि जनीक्षयः ब्रह्मज्ञानं विना न स्यात् इति वेदान्तडिण्डिमः तात्कालिकद्वैतशान्तौ अप्यागामि जनीक्षयः ब्रह्मज्ञानं विना न स्यात् इति वेदान्तडिण्डिमः. So here he is quoting the Vedanta. So tatkalika dvaita shantau api. So even though you can get a peace of mind, tatkalika means temporarily you can go to that state. Even you can get, every day you get that in the deep sleep state anyway. That where there is no chitta vruddhi, automatically there is no thoughts. So tatkalikam, one can control while the mind is still as active. That can be done by practice, by yoga practice. Apyagami janichayaha. So agami, but agami means in the future, that is in the future. Janichayaha. So the absence of this cannot be possible because it's only temporarily. When the mind comes back again, so what do? Just like when you come back in the deep sleep state, again all the duality will start. Unless you remain like that. But you cannot remain like that. Why? Because the prarabdha will push you. There is a sanchita karma, prarabdha karma is there. Even though this current prarabdha karma makes you to do that yoga shastra and you can perhaps spend the whole life here, but there is a jnanam is not there. That means the sanchita karma still belongs to you. So you will be again born again as again regular process. So you can postpone it only, if at all, but that's not possible. But there is Advaita Nirvikalpa Samadhi is also Nididhyasitavya, where you can, after understanding, be an object for the mind itself, where you are looking at the mind, you need not look at the thoughts in the mind as the objects. So in that case, the mind itself slowly, the thoughts go down. It's not by effort, but it slowly goes down because you are concentrating as a sakshi, where saksham of mind itself becomes a saksham, where the mind observing the mind. That's all it means, without the thoughts. And that is, so here, Brahmajnanam vina nasyat. So without the Brahmajnanam, this solution, that means this samsara cannot be possible, says Nayogena na sankhena brahmana na vidyaya. Nayogena na sankhena Vijaya.
Which chapter, sir? Gita?
This is Vivek Sudhamani. Yeah. Nayogena Sankhya Karmana Nona Vijaya Brahmatmaikatva Bodhena Moksha Siddhyati Nanyata. Shankaracharya says in the Vivek Sudhamani, Nayogena, by yoga you cannot possible. What is that possible? Brahma Atmaikya Bodhena, only by the teaching of Atma is equal to Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi. That teaching alone can give you that Brahma Jnanam Vina, it cannot be possible. It's not the knowledge of Brahman, it's the knowledge that I am Brahman has to be understood. And iti Vedanta Dindimaha, this is what the Vedanta declares. Okay? So here is quotation of this. Therefore, don't say that yoga is the fault. In fact, Patanjali Yoga, after doing all that, he remained as Dvaita only. Okay. Yeah, so no Advaita knowledge are possible. Just because the mind is quiet doesn't mean that. So Swami says that because a quiet mind is nothing but an ignorant quiet mind. Instead of a known quiet mind, you have ignorant quiet mind is there. That's all. Ignorance remains unless you have knowledge itself. So what is the approach for Brahmajnanam? You need Dvaita. At the same time, you have problem with Dvaita. So we have to utilize the Dvaita in such a way that we have to eliminate only the Jiva created Dvaita. Okay, that's how it is going to be. So world is not a problem. World is the Ishvara Krishti is not a problem. That's what he's going to tell here. Anivrutte pisha srushte anivrutte pisha srushte dvaite tasya mrushatmatam dvaite tasya mrushatmatam buddhva brahmadvayam bodham buddhva brahmadvayam bodham sakyam vastvaikyavadinaha sakyam vadvaikyavadinaha together anivrutte pisa srushte dvaite tasya mrushatmatam buddhva brahmadvayam bodham sakyam vastvaikyavadinaha. So isa srushte dvaite anivrutte. So isa srushti dvaitam anivrutte. Anivrutte means without the having it. Essentially isa srushti, without disappearance of the Ishvara srushti, the duality created by the Ishvara, without destroying it, without negating it. Mrushat matam, the illusionary nature of this world, Buddha having realized, Vastu Aikyavadinaha. So accepting the world of Vastu. Vastu is that which is Vasati all the time, that which is Brahman. Aikyam, that which is the essence of the totality, is in and through of this Ishvara Srushti I had to see the Brahman. Advayam Brahma, Bodham Sakyam. So one non-duality of Brahman can be known. Sakya means it's possible to know one that pervades this non-duality in the duality. So that's the only way you can, in fact, that's the only way you can do. I have to see the duality, but in and through the duality, I have to see the non-duality. How do I see non-duality? By knowledge, by viveka, by using the discriminative intellect. What did I see? There is an object. Right? Ishvara Srushti. How is that object? The existence is providing, the Brahman, the existence is providing the basis for the object to exist. So only the name and the form of this object is different from that object. So in and through name of the form, what is there is only the Brahman, the reality. That doesn't change. Object can change. All that is essentially Buddha, Brahma, Advayam Bodham. The non-duality in spite of duality. So I can only say, I cannot see non-duality at all. I cannot say Brahman. There is no way Ishvara can also be seen. But I have to see the Ishvara in and through his creation only, because Ishvara himself became many already. So that is possible. So what about those guys who want to say, "Our Lord appeared to me"? Is it false? It can appear to him because nobody else can see, right? Because he's only Bhakta. So he said, "I see, but nobody, how can you prove?" Oh, you have to become like that only for you to prove. Then you have to go through the same process. So I can have a picture of the Lord coming in. Lord can take a form in the way that I imagine. And what does he do when he takes the form? Because he has to go somewhere else afterwards. He has to teach Advaita only. Try to see me in everywhere also. So that's what has to be. Sakyam Astukyam. So the same argument is continued in the pralaya. I become one with the Lord. So why do I no? I can realize at that time. Why do I need to struggle here? So every time again, everything goes back into God. At that time, I'm one with the God. So I can realize at that time, rather than so let me go through all this samsara and have problems, and until pralayam comes, pralayam will come anyway. So if layam is in a regular sleep, everything is gone into subtle state, but nothing happened, no jnana. I have only ignorance only. Until the ignorance is removed, whether it's a layam or pralayam, nothing is changed. It will be back again same way. Okay, that's what is going to be. So here is one can dismiss the whole world when I go to pralayam, and I am essentially liberated. So it's not possible. So what you need is essentially you need shastram. That is Vedanta. And you need a guru, teacher, because you cannot go to Shastram, because Shastram itself says, Tad Vidhi Pranipaten Prasna Vidya. Then you have to go to Guru Meva Abhigacchati. You have to go to a teacher. So, therefore, Guru is required and Shastram is required for knowing that, and that is required what? Through the Dvaitam only, because that Dvaitam is required. So, we need one kind of Dvaitam for realization at least. Okay, so Shastra Advaita. So, he is going to differentiate slowly into that, take it to that. Pralaye tannivrittetu. Pralaye tannivrittetu Guru Shastradya Bhavataha Virodidvaita Bhavepi Nasakyam Bodhamadvayam Together. Pralayetin nivrittedu Guru Shastradya Bhavataha Virodidvaita Bhavepi Nasakyam Bodhamadvayam. So, Pralaye, in the Pralayam, Tat Nivritti, the duality is removed completely. So, indeed, Virodidvaitam Abhave. So, but even though the duality contributing this is absent, but there is no Guru Shastra knowledge there. So when I go to I'm going to realize in the Pralayam state, when there is no duality, at that time I will try to realize. Says at that time there is no Guru, no teacher also. They are also folded. So you have to have a Guru separate from you to teach you. So there are people who say, oh, Atma is a teacher. The world is a teacher. Guru has to be a live teacher who can communicate, and if I have questions, he should be able to answer and clarify. So someone went to Swami Chinmayananda, asked, why do I need a guru? I can go to library and read. So go and ask this question to a library also. Why are you asking me? you want me to answer it. So for that only you need it. So one can stop and ask questions, otherwise you cannot read yourself. It says, in the Pralaya, you don't have the Guru and Shastra. Guru Shastra, so api, Guru Shastra abhavataha, there is no presence, there is no presence of teacher and the Shastram. Therefore, Advayam Bodhum Nasakyam. So Advaya, the knowledge of the Advaita Vedanta is not possible in the Pralayam. In the deep sleep state also, because there are people, I don't remember the name of the teacher. So you can realize in the deep sleep state, because deep sleep state is state where there is Lord alone is. There is only Sakshi. Sakshi doesn't sleep. Sakshi is there, everybody sleeps. So you can realize in that. But the mind is required, mind itself is folded. You need the mind to know that you are not the mind. So mind is required. Manayeva manushyanam karanam bandhamoksha. When the mind is there, then the duality comes into picture. There is a knower, known, all that. So there is a teacher. So teacher has to be live teacher. Don't say some past teacher is going to teach you, I can read his books. So then it's the same as any library book also. You need a live teacher until I understood. Shravanam means listening to a teacher, and Mananam. Nowadays we are having a tape recorders and all that. Hopefully behind that there is a live teacher who is answering all the questions also. Otherwise we have same thing is happening in the live stream we are recording. But there has to be communication if there is a doubt comes into picture. So those who are listening, if you have doubts, you have to send me a question and answer for me to answer. Otherwise it will be just listening. It will be possible. Nasakyam bodhum advayam. It's not possible to have a knowledge. Abhadhakam sadhukam cha abhadhakam sadhukam cha dvaitamishvara nirmitam apanetum asakyam chet astam tadvishyate kutaha Astam tad vishyate kutaha. Together. Abadhakam sadhukam cha dvaitam ishvara nirmitam apanetum asakyam ched astam tad vishyate kutaha. So Ishvara nirmita dvaitam, the duality that is created by Ishvara, abadhakam, is not object of the knowledge of, the negation of that is not the knowledge or the purpose of it. What I am doing in the learning is, I am not dismissing completely the Ishvara Srishti. I am using Ishvara Srishti as the sadhakam, as a means for me to realize also. I am using my mind. Mind is created by the Lord only. It's a part of the Ishvara Srishti. The world, the Ishvara is there. The knowledge is also the Advaita Veda. The Shastra is also Ishvara Srishti. And I am using the Ishvara Srishti only to go beyond the Ishvara Srishti. So, essentially, apanetum, it's not worthy of removing, sakyam. It's not also impossible to remove also. I cannot dismiss the Ishvara Srishti. I can only dismiss the Jiva Srishti part, my projection of my value system, and Ishvara Srishti, I cannot even dismiss it. If I am not going to negate that by closing my eyes or by keeping my mind off. And Astam means let this be, let this duality remain. He says, so kutaha dvaitam vishyate, kutaha tad dvaitam, that dvaitam is that Ishvara Srishti. How can that be really an objection problem? How can it be a problem for realization? It's only a rhetorical question. He says it's not really a problem. What is the problem? Problem is giving a reality to the duality. Duality is not. So what will be the knowledge? It is Brahma Satyam, Jagan Mithya. Has to be understood. Mithya means it is neither real nor unreal. Unreal is not unreal, therefore it is really enough for me to teach that it is not real also. That has to be understood. So that is, therefore there is no need to dislike the world. There is no need to dismiss the world. The world is never a problem. The world, Ishvara Srishti, is not a problem. And if you think Ishvara Srishti is a problem, then that is a problem. The thinking is a problem. So a lot of people say, what happens to a Jnani? Jnani will not see the Ishvara Srishti. That's not true. Jnani will see the Ishvara Srishti, but he understood that it is only Mithya. That has to be understood. So now he is differentiating. There are two types of Dvaita in the Ishvara Srishti itself. And Jivadvaitam tu shastriyam, Jivadvaitam tu shastriyam, Ashastriyamiti dvidha, Ashastriyamiti dvidha, Upadadita shastriyam, Upadadita shastriyam, Atatstvasya vibodhanat, Atat tasya vibodhana. Atat tasya vibodhana. This is Takutavat. This is okay. Together, Jivadvaitam tu shastriyam, Ashastriyamiti dvidha, Upadaditi shastriyam, Atastasya vibodhanat. So in the Jivadvaitam, there are two types of Dvaitam. I said Ishvara. In the Jiva Advaitam, there are two types of Dvaitam. One is Shastriyam and another is Ashastriyam. One is that which is required for my realization, another is that causes samsara. So these are the two problems. My likes and dislikes and all my activities and all that is also due to Dvaitam. That is Jiva's projection. That causes me more and more I like it and I enjoying it, and all the senses enjoyment is due to Dvaita only. That will be Kritimahodado Patana Karana, that contribute to more and more degradation also. But same Also this Shastriya Dvaitam, you do dharma, you do karma yoga, is also involved in the Dvaitam, where I am doing something for the benefit of the totality. That Shastriya Dvaitam is required for my realization. So therefore, that is Dvaitam, is Shastriyam. So in this Jiva Dvaita, there are two aspects. That is, one is useful, another is that which causes a problem. Both are involved. So how do I know? How? That is where Viveka, knowledge, is important. What is Dharma and what is Adharma in the Dvaita also. So you have to do Dharma type, which is that which is within the limits of Dharma, can be followed for me to evolve myself within the Dvaita, and that has to be understood. So here he is differentiating a Shastriyam and a Shastriyam. And in the process we will go further division of the Shastriyam and Ashastriyam. Ashastriyam is due to sensuous raga dveshas is coming in that. In the raga dveshas he will differentiate two types. One is tivram, another is mandam. This is further classification. Why do I need it? In order to overcome this. Tivram is extremely rajasic mind and want to indulge in that. That is the Tivram. And for that you need to go to Karma Yoga and all that. You don't need to come to Vedanta class because you will be restless. Sitting there and restless, making noise other people. So for you first purify the mind. So that is Tivra Dvaitam, and one it becomes a manda. That means you are able to sit and listen to the scriptures and the mind is calm, quiet at least, but again still agitated after the class. So it is still manda buddhi. It's not uttamam. Uttama buddhi is like Nachiketa. Once you listen, immediately you understand it. And still the ragadveshas are still there, but not strong enough for me to disturb from my class. But they will come after the class is over. For me, for that it is long more. Srotavyaha, mantavyaha, then nididhyasitavyaha. How long I have to meditate on it? After listening, after scriptures, then you meditate on it. How long? Until you become one with it. Until the jnanam comes. Until when you go into the world, you don't get burned. Remember? You get burned when you have not completely understood. Let's do one more sloka. Atma Brahma Vicharakyam Shastriyam Manasam Jagat Buddhe Tattve Tachaheyam Iti Srutyanusasanam together. Atma Brahma Vicharakyam Shastriyam Manasam Jagat Buddhi Tattve Tachaheyam Iti Srutyanusasanam. So Atma Brahma, Atma Eva Brahma, Atma Brahma, Atma, about Atma and Brahma, or about Brahman is nothing but Atma Eva. All that has to be understood properly. I need to know what is Brahman and what is the self, and that is Tvam Padartha Vichara and Tat Padartha Vichara, and the equation Tattvamasi, the equation part of that. All that has to be understood. So Atma Brahma Vicharakyam. So inquiry, Vicharakyam means inquiry into the nature of what is the self that Brahman is. So I am Atma Brahman, or all that Vedantic teaching. So Shastriyam, that is that Shastra Dvaita, that is also duality, but that is required duality to eliminate the other duality also. So Shastra Vasana is required to eliminate other Vasanas also. But how long Shastra Vasana is going to tell also. Once Shastra is gone, don't get involved in the Shastra itself. This book says, so I remember we used to have a study group, one person who was very, very involved in Shastras. So he used to come with the study group with 10 books. you are studying one sloka and says, this book says so, that book that says so, that book says so. You have all, however he was carrying, and there's all confusion because of that, bringing this word, this sloka, that sloka, that sloka. Says, what is the essence? Try to learn the essence of it, and the books have done the problem. Don't keep on getting entangled in that itself, and that becomes a sastra vasana. So that becomes a vasana later. But here Vidyaranya is going to tell us Shastra to be used to understand it. After that, leave the Shastra, take the knowledge only. That has to be, says. And Tat Buddhe, that the truth that is revealed in that Tattvam, that mental duality, cha, indeed, heyam is worthy, is at the level. It is Shruti Anusasanam. This is the scriptural injunction. So that is to be rejected only after learning. Until then, don't reject the Shastras and say this is all Dvaidam and all that. So you go through the Shastra study, you go through the duality, and that's what is the example of pole vault. You need the pole, you go all the way pole and go to beyond the pole, but use the pole and then leave the pole there. Don't take the pole on the other side. So, anyway I'm going to leave it, why do I need a pole? Then that is not proper. You need the pole to go beyond the pole. You need the Shastra to go beyond the Shastra. You need a Jiva Dvaita there to go beyond Jiva Dvaita. All that has to be understood. So with that, we will stop with this 44. So let me save this. Let's do Purnamada Purnamidam. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Visishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.